Welcome back, Buckeye Nation, to your Caribou Daily Science channel. First of all, a big shout out to the 3 people who watched this video on Friday. Thank you so much for those 3 views. Okay, now, before we get started, we need to all to remind ourselves, okay, unfortunately, of the with a questionable accounting practice for the state of Ohio during the fourth quarter last year and the first quarter of this year, 2021. Because back in February of 2021, this year, the governor's office came out and said that they uh, undercounted deaths, COVID-19 deaths, by close to 4,000 during the fourth quarter. The first thing that's interesting about that report: how do you undercount deaths but not undercount cases? Okay. And the second questionable practice is, rather than going back and fixing those numbers for the fourth quarter, they added them on to February 11th, 12th, and 13th. As you'll see, a massive spike. Before we get there, let's take a look at the vaccine report for the state of Ohio. Okay, so you can see that currently Ohio has administered uh, 23.2 million doses. Of those, 6.1 million have received a single dose, while 5.1 million have been fully vaccinated. Okay, let's take a look over at the daily numbers. And what you're going to see is increasing cases and maybe deaths beginning in July. So the question is, are these increasing are these because of the variant that's out there? Because if the cause of the variant, then the vaccine wouldn't have pretended, and then the vaccine wouldn't have prevented people from getting this to get the variant out, and that's the trouble, right? At least on theory, at least that's the story. So here's those 3 days, 11th, 12th, and 13th, where they added close to 4,000 cases on deaths onto the numbers. And this is what looks like 3 weeks with 3 days beforehand. So this number here completely blows these first 3 or 4 days out of the water. Completely throws off the numbers. Okay. So anyway, what we do is we come in here and we replace the February 11th to 12th to 13th with the average number of deaths for those 3 days. And now let's kind of balances out these numbers a little more. All right. Some summary statistics. The red line represents the 7-day average. You can see we had a long declining pattern down to, wait a minute, July? And now we're seeing numbers starting to increase a little bit in July. Huh, interesting. Look at, of course, look at this. So despite vaccinations, uh, so here's the question. Can someone who's been vaccinated still spread COVID-19? Or even more pressing, if you already had COVID-19, does the vaccine do you any good? Anyway, you can see this pattern across 2 or 3 different countries. Increasing cases begin in mid-January. So I find that kind of interesting, Buckeye Nation, don't you? Anyway, before I let you go, uh, don't forget to click on that share button, the subscribe button. We'll catch you tomorrow on an updated report.